Alright, so this should be a quick video. Now, as someone that just recently invested in some filters for my lenses, in this case variable neutral density filters, whatever it might be, you're going to need to consider a few different points towards how these filters will fit on your lenses and or how you get them to ultimately fit. And some of this people might think is related more so to what filters you purchase, but it is really more so how you consider adapting these filters to different things like step-up rings to your selection of lenses. Now in my case currently, I have 4 lenses for my Sony Alpha mirrorless cameras, but each of these lenses has a different filter thread size. This ranges from as small as 49mm with my Sonor Zeiss 55mm lens to as large as 82mm with my 24-70 G Master zoom lens. In any case, you're going to have to consider a few different things just to keep costs down so you're not literally buying a filter for each type of your lenses, and so that you're adapting them smartly to your lenses. So I figured since I had to think through some of these things not too long ago, I'd just talk about them really quickly. So, 3 points. Point number 1. Simply buy the largest filter size for your largest filter thread lens. Now in this case, again, as I noted, my largest lens and its filter thread size is my 24-70. It's 82mm. By and large, 82mm, unless we're talking cine lenses and other things like that, tends to be among the largest filter thread size you'll see for different cameras, at least in terms of photography-oriented lenses. Thus, it makes sense that the variable ND filters that I purchased were purchased at the 82mm filter thread size. Now, this means that with the 24-70 zoom lens, they'll fit natively and I can screw them right on, but for each of my other lenses are going to have to get there a different way. And so that's where point number 2 comes into play. Get step-up rings. Now, step-up rings are simply going to let your smaller lenses take one or more different rings that you can adapt to them to allow you to put a larger filter onto them that you can utilize with it. Bear in mind, this is different than a step-down ring and very different than going the other way because, of course, if you had a smaller filter you were trying to adapt to a larger filter thread size lens, well, this simply wouldn't work, right? Though you might be able to fit it on there, you'd essentially be having some form of vignetting, and you're trying to adapt the filter that's too small to fit that lens you're trying to put it on. You want to always go in the other way such that you have the largest filter that you have, and that you have step-up rings to help your smaller filter thread lenses get to that point. So step-up rings are the means to get there. Now, in terms of step-up rings, there are a few things to consider just there as well. Now, the other thing to consider too is with cheaper step-up rings, some of these just aren't particularly well made. I try to keep a lot of these reviews and tip sections positively oriented, so I won't talk about some of those not so great step-up rings that you can get out there, but there are many. There are those that aren't really made of high quality materials, they're made of sort of not so great plastics, and there are some of those that even if they're made of better materials, they just tend to stick and get stuck on the front of your lenses. It probably is worth more than you realize getting something ever so slightly better for a step-up ring and paying the extra $5, $10, $20, whatever dollars it is to get the higher quality step-up ring. Because if you're at a gig and your filter is stuck on your lens and you can't remove it, and or the step-up ring is stuck and now you have to try to use all of your force to get it and you can't, and inevitably you end up damaging your lens, it's probably worth getting the better step-up ring to save that hassle anyway. Now, number 3 would be just kind of my general recommendation for step-up rings. I've basically purchased one step-up ring for each of my different lens filter thread sizes so that I can adapt, say, my 49 to 82 or my 67 to 82, and to have different individual options so that I only need one ring to get each lens to that largest filter size that I have. Now, I have no affiliation with Breakthrough Photography whatsoever. I just think they're really nice step-up rings. I've yet to get one of these things stuck on one of my lenses, but they also tighten and secure themselves very well, such that I don't feel like they're going to fall off at any given point. They come with a nice little bag and sort of a anti-static cleaning cloth too, which I guess is better than nothing. Together, I just store these things in a small filter pouch and can always kind of pull them out. Again, if you're going to use these for all of your different filters and adapting different things, and you're going to be using these quite regularly, it's worth a little bit of extra money to get something nice. So that's my general take on things to consider with buying filters and step-up rings. Hopefully this little video was informative in some way. I'm certainly thinking of doing more like this in the near future. That is all I have to say, and thanks for watching.